Hey everybody, how's it going? What is up? It is me, Twister Windstalker. And I thought today, since today is such a beautiful day, that I would go for a little quick walk. I don't know where exactly I am going to go to, but let's go for a little walk. It's, I don't know, a little nipply for 50 degrees outside or whatever. But here we are, outside for a little tiny walk. And I think one of the main things I wanted to talk about is the fact that it's coming up on 14 years on this channel. And I have pretty much been hit and miss. I've been making videos, then not making videos, and then making videos and not making videos, and doing that on and off for forever, since the beginning of this channel. And it's part of the reason why this channel doesn't grow. Of course, this is also a hobby channel, not necessarily meant to be profitable, but I want to provide you guys entertaining content, which doesn't seem, probable when you don't upload videos. Which, since April 5th is the anniversary date, because I started all the way back in 2007. Can't believe it's been that long. I have been goofing around with this channel. And then 5 years ago, Hot Wheels and I started the video podcast. And we started out strong. Then things happened, which I blame a lot of the failure of this channel and the podcast to the fact that I wasn't sleeping well. And I didn't know that I needed to be on a CPAP machine because my sleeping was atrocious. And I was stopped breathing during the night. And that's never a good thing. And so I went through like what felt like 10 sleep studies, and I eventually figured out that I needed a CPAP machine. Since I got the CPAP machine, I've been sleeping better, feeling better, and I've had it, oh Lord, let's see, I've had it about 3 years, because I got it shortly after Fat Man passed away. And so I was feeling better. So you would be wondering, why exactly then is it that I didn't, kick back up this channel and get the podcast started sooner? Well, I don't know. I really do not know. I mean, have had weird feelings about starting back up the podcast because I really wanted Fat Man to be part of it. And he passed away because, the whole idea behind the podcast was that Spooky, Fat Man, myself, and Hot Wheels would do the podcast together. And we, would have our own point of views, our own opinions, and our own likes, our own dislikes, and everything. And that would be a healthy mix and bring entertainment to you guys. Well, Spooky is doing the family thing and, not eligible to the fact of, even though he's my age, he didn't learn and has not really been interested in technological advances, or in other words, not really capable of using a cell phone, or not willing to learn a cell phone. That could partly be due to the fact that this wife, who we won't get into much detail about, has always kind of prioritized her cell phone over his, so he never officially, you know, has data when he needs it, and he sometimes goes a while without data. And you know, that isn't necessarily a good thing. And plus he works a lot, and then he has to take care of the kids because his wife refuses to do her motherly duties, do her part and take care of the kids. So Spooky has to basically do it all. And he barely gets to eat due to the fact that, you know, he has to do it all. Especially when the kids was little. Now that they're teenagers, or preteens, whatever it is, you know, he should be eating better, but I think due to the years, he is thin as all fudge nuggets. Like, seriously. He looks horrible. On the other hand, I have gained the most weight I have ever weighed in my entire life, and struggling to get it off due to the fact that I work and I have overate. And I'm trying so hard to lose 100 pounds. Even though it doesn't technically look like it, because I have been hit and miss with the whole thing. And it's like, oh, so you're telling me that I'm hit and miss, and he's skinny, so he needs to gain weight and I need to lose weight. Yeah, exactly. And that's the crazy thing about it, is that we're on different ends of the spectrum. And back in the day, I was like 120 pounds. Was that healthy? Not for my height, no. Is this healthy? No. So I've been from one end to the other, and now, and he's, I guess, was pretty much neutral. And now he's under, or darn near close to under. So it's quite amazing. And I have gone exactly 3.6 or 0.36 miles in 8.5 minutes. My heart rate is currently 98. Is that good? No. Should I be going faster? Oh yeah. I've done 940 steps. And I'm actually technically trying to get to the 6,000 steps, because I had 14 set up on the Fitbit, but I switched over to the Samsung Galaxy S3 watch that says the recommended is 6,000. And I'm wondering if I set the goal too high on the Fitbit, because I've been wearing the Samsung more when I'm not at work, and the Fitbit versus the 3 when I'm at work. And is that a good thing? Probably not. Because obviously what you want to do is wear one watch all day, but I wear the Galaxy S3 while I sleep and when I'm home. And you may be wondering why that is. And the simple fact is that well, the battery on the Galaxy S, or the Galaxy Watch 3, is atrocious. It only gets like 2 days out of it, maybe 3. And it's like, really? And that is if you don't use the GPS like I'm doing right now. And I ain't even wearing my shoes to actually get the cadence and the steps from the shoes and everything. It's all relying on the watch. Because I just didn't feel like lacing up those shoes. I just felt like just doing this. Would it have mattered if I had been wearing the shoes? Well, I would get more data out of everything. Because, well, obviously, you know, cadence is important and everything. Oh, look at that. 0.45 in 10 minutes and almost 1,100 steps. Woohoo! Or 1,200 steps. Woohoo! And yes, I know I'm jumping subjects. Because I went from 14 years to spooky to this now. And, you know, I like doing this blog stuff. So I've been videoing about 11 minutes. Sweet. I think I'm going to do like 30. Because I'm going to try to start vlogging 3 out of 7 days, I guess. Trying to hit Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then do the podcast Saturdays. I don't know how that's going to work out, but that's my hope in April, is to start doing it at least 3 days a week. Because I want to make more videos for you guys. And 3 days a week seems fairly good, because I could do it more, but due to the fact that I go to my parents' Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I don't necessarily want to oh, I forgot my neck cover. Whoops. I don't want to necessarily blog on those days, because it seems like I get home later and later every one of those days. And while I can make them while I'm at my parents' house, I just choose not to. Because, hell, let's just say it takes a lot of willpower to actually pull that off. So I think 3 times a week is good enough for now. Then maybe I'll bump it up more. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, this is lovely. Trying to get across to do my little normal walk to the park, in which I need to cross this road, which isn't generally a busy road. It's a well-traveled road, which essentially is another way of saying fairly busy road. And all that. Because I like walking this better than I actually like what was I gonna say? I like walking this better than walking the track at the police academy, because I actually feel like I'm going somewhere. Am I doing it with tremendous speed? No, not today. I feel like those should actually be the days I do it with the shoes on, which I didn't feel like doing today. And the reason I like the shoes is, like I said, because I like to know the cadence, the steps, and everything, because that gives me more motivation to do this as quickly as possible. And that's today. Well, today is Monday. I should technically be training, but I have decided that today will be a relatively easy day since I'm vlogging, and I think I'm going to vlog before or after an activity, just due to the fact that it's much easier than hold this selfie stick, which makes me look absolutely ridiculous. And I know it. And make a video. Because that's essentially what I'm doing, is I'm holding a selfie stick and walking. And while I could technically do this on a training day, I'm just not. Because this is actually kind of, that's an ankle twister, a little silly to do, because this is distracting, because I am on a fairly busy highway and I am trying to vlog while walking facing traffic so I don't get ran over, which I don't know how many times I've actually seen bicyclists on the wrong side of the road because they choose to, well, they choose to ride on that side of the road, which is the lane, you know, because bicyclists, as far as I understand it, and unless the rules have changed, bicyclists are motor vehicles or vehicles. So therefore, if they are on the road, they should be going with traffic, which means if they're going toward me, they should be riding facing me instead of on that side of the road going toward oncoming traffic, which is dangerous. But of course, also they shouldn't hog the road and all that. They should technically, you know, be riding safely with helmets and blah blah blah. And I did get my bicycle on the road one day, but the gearing didn't work. So my dad, being more mechanically inclined than I, because I've always been fancy electronics than actually learning how to fix stuff mechanically, like my bicycles, has apparently got my bicycle working, except for the front sprocket still doesn't technically work right. It goes from the big sprocket to the middle sprocket to the top sprocket, but from the top sprocket it goes all the way down to the small sprocket, and then you have to bump it back up to the middle sprocket apparently, which makes no sense logically. But I think it's because when I was tinkering with it, I screwed something up. So I'm going to mark it as to my mistake as to why most of it is broken. Yes, that would more and certainly be a good thing, because I broke it. And I have thought about getting a real road bike instead of a mountain bike to ride on these roads. And I am looking forward to getting the bicycle back from my parents' house and actually riding it. And I have a Garmin, I recently acquired a Garmin, what is it, 1030 bike computer, and a mount for my GoPro Hero, what is it, 9? Because I want to get bike footage for you guys. I might even acquire a headphone thing, if possible, or a way to have something to record the mic in the helmet so that you guys can hear me and I can talk to you guys while I ride bicycles. Now, the downside is I acquired it came in a kit that has I think it was a 64 gigabyte card, and it only gives me like an hour and 12 minutes of a recording time with a 64 gigabit card at 5K. Now I know I can lower the resolution and blah 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 blah, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm highly fascinated in this 4K, 8K stuff, which technically, if I really wanted to, I could flip the camera around and be filming myself in 8K right now. The only reason I'm not doing that, filming you guys in beautiful 8K, because I wasn't originally going to do this with a selfie stick. But now that I remember that I have the selfie stick, I might do it. The only downside to flipping it around, filming it in 8K, is I can't see if there's any freezes and stuff. So that means I don't know if I have stopped filming or not. Which this phone does surprisingly well with. So there's that. So I will be interested to find out how a 30-minute video in 4K technically looks, or how much technically looks, because I know how 4K looks, how much space, gigabytes, a 4K video takes up. Because I know, or I have done a 5 or 10 minute video. I think that was like 5 gigabytes. So if it's 5 gigabytes for a 10, then we're doing it 3 times to make it, so that's 15 gigabytes of space for 4K. Now, I could technically go ahead and flip this around and be filming in 8K, because I have that capability. Because this phone doesn't stop recording, it just automatically flips around and does it, starts filming in 8K. Which my previous phones never did that. They essentially stopped recording and made you start recording again. Which, since this thing is going to be processed in 4K, and it's a waste of perfectly good 8K to film the last part of this, I may try that next time I do a vlog in glorious 8K. Even though, from what I've seen from monitors, I don't think 8K is something many people are going to be able to watch, because 8K TVs and monitors are expensive. And filming in 5K, sure, you may not be able to experience the beauty of 5K on a 4K monitor, but at least it's there in the event that you guys do have such, and you know, I'm interested. And even though I have a 1080 monitor and I can't fully see 4K, I would be interested in seeing what that looks like, because that would be cool. So yeah, I'm testing out 4K capabilities. And I think, even though this film's in 8K, I think 8K is a little bit... Oh, that sucks, bro. I've done a mile in 23, whatever. My heartbeat is 111, 103. And I've done 25 steps. And it's taken me 23 minutes and 52 seconds to do this. Which is about as long as this video. Wow. You know what I should do? Just for poops and giggles, is just go ahead and do this whole entire video for my walk. Just, you know, just to see what it takes to do 4K. Worst case scenario, best case scenario, it records the entire thing. Worst case scenario, well, tells me it's out of memory and I can't finish recording this. Of course, this phone should have plenty of memory for it if it's 15 gigabytes for 30 minutes. So 60 minutes should be 30 gigabytes. Of course, that's going to kill. Ooh, that's going to kill my storage right there, if that is true. But here we are at this, I forgot to mention it, but here we are at this bullshit park behind the fire station. And I call it a bullshit park because behind me, if you can see, is the shelters where you can have picnics and everything. And while you look like you can have a large gathering, that field down there, and as you go into the field that looks like it has just been baled for hay, you don't actually have anything. And then over here to the left, well, I point left. This may actually be pointing right, but you'll see it here in a minute. Now, let's see if I can pan. It's the basketball courts. All right, basketball courts. You got enough for a game of b-ball. You can split it in half and have, you know, 2 games going on using 1 hoop. Beautiful. Let's see if the restrooms is open, because right here is the restrooms. And last time I was here, they were closed. And I don't technically, well, the doors are open. So I'm going to guess that the restrooms are open now. And there's the sheriff. One of you's going to want to talk. Yeah, he's going to want to talk. Oh. Hey. Okay. He's just, I guess, using the facilities, because he gave me a weird look. So he must be just wanting to use the facilities. And right here is the tennis courts. As you can see, glorious. You have 2 courts, so you could do 2 doubles or 2 singles, if you want to. I don't know what this place is right here. It's probably where they keep the groundskeeping stuff. Not 100% sure. And right here, I don't know if you can see it with my big head in the way. How do I do this? Is the kids' play area with slides and tic-tac-toe and climbing stuff. And then you have, and then you have, I don't know if you guys can see this. Then right back there, you have 1 more picnic table. And then right here, you have swings and stuff. So this is why I call this the crappy park. Because, well, it's relatively crappy compared to Jackson Park and Patton Park, which I would put Jackson Park above Patton Park. But because there's just a lot more to do at Jackson Park than Patton. Of course, Patton has the skate park. So I thought for sure that cop was going to tell me that I shouldn't be walking around out here without a mask on. Of course, I'm the only person out here walking, and I don't plan on interacting with anybody else, to be honest with you. I really don't. I don't feel like talking to nobody. If I did, I would definitely stay 6 feet. And the cop didn't even have a mask on when he got out of his squad car. So when he didn't put on the mask, I was pretty certain that he wasn't wanting to talk to me. Because, you know, you're supposed to wear a mask when you talk to people. In case you guys didn't know. What I'm doing, well, I got 3,000 steps in. I might be able to crash 6. I think compared with the 1,000-something steps I've done already, I should crush 6,000. And I am doing these challenges. I'm doing the Starva challenges. I'm doing the Samsung challenges and everything. Though I haven't really took the April one seriously because I'm so far behind. So far behind. Because apparently I didn't even finish half the course. I may have done a quarter of the course, not a whole part of the course. In April, yeah, I'm going to try to take it a little bit more seriously with my walking and whatever, and try my darndest to complete that one. At least do better on that one, and actually get more steps in and everything. Now, I'm actually suspecting that cop to have been down here by now, because you would think that if that was a P, he would have already been out and about by now, unless he went to pee and then eat lunch, which that's park is quite a usual spot for cops to stop and eat lunch at, and or chit chat with other cops. So there is that. Or maybe he is taking a number 2. I don't know. But that's why I was assuming he would have already had been down here. As if he was going number 1, he should have, you know, been in a squad car and down here. But he isn't. And that kind of makes me think he's either doing a number 2 or having lunch. Which, in all fairness, it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So he could very well be eating lunch. I don't know when officers take lunch breaks. But, oh, and me talking to the cell phone may be the reason why he is giving me this weird look, because he's not used to seeing people talk to cell phones and walk around the area. There is that. And that may be also why he didn't come over to talk to me. Of course, he could have asked me to pause, and that would have, oh, there's the cop. So either that was a really good pee or a really good dookie, because that definitely wasn't lunch break. Unless the guy eats fast, because I seriously doubt he eats that fast. And I didn't even see which way. Oh, he's going to town. Okay. So he's heading to town. Good. I don't know why I'm talking about a cop's bodily functions, but that was interesting. I don't usually run into cops on these explorations, so it was quite nice to see one. Now, I was talking about me getting my bicycle back from my parents' house so that I could ride it and put my GoPro on it so I could get you guys some 5K video, because I am interested in 4K, 8K, and of course 5K. And yes, while I know it takes more storage, because I can only do an hour and 12 minutes on 64 gigabyte, so I may have to jump up. See, so that'd be 128 gigabytes to do 2 hours. Huh. I wonder what 1 terabyte would do. Because if 128 is 2 hours, then, and it takes 1,024 gigabytes to make 1 terabyte. That's a lot of gigabytes. Huh. I guess that would be the way to go. It's with a terabyte card. Be planning on filming a lot and stuff. But an hour technically should be enough for me, because I don't really plan on riding my bike more than an hour. Though, doubling the card size would be nice. But then, getting a terabyte, which I don't even know if micro SD cards come in terabytes. I know thumb drives now come in terabytes. I don't know if SD cards come in, micro SD cards come in terabytes. That'd be something interestingly enough to talk about or look up, is whether micro SD cards come in terabytes. I think standard size SD cards do, but I don't know about micro, because you're shrinking a standard size SD card that uses what, flash, down to not even half, like a third the size of a normal SD card. So that would be fascinating to know. They actually have that kind of technology, which you would think that with micro transistors and everything getting so small that it would be possible, but I don't know yet, because they haven't even mastered the art of going really high with SSDs yet. I haven't really looked at SSDs. I think they've gotten to 2 terabytes, maybe 4 terabytes. I can't remember. But they're so expensive that is one of the reasons why I keep using a mechanical drive, even though I know they're slower and are a case or a cause of bottlenecks, because they are slow. You have a mechanical head, and SSDs aren't mechanical, and they process the stuff a lot faster, but at the exact same time are more expensive, which they have gone down, but I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out. So if you guys know if micro SD cards have hit the terabyte yet or not, let me know down in the comments down below, because I am going to look that up myself. But if you guys know, leave comments, because I will be interested to know 100% fact whether they have or not. It is really cool, and that's the weird part, that since my cousin Batman has passed away, I have been less inclined to keep up with technology, because I haven't really had a reason to stay up with the latest. So because that's something that my cousin and I used to compete over, is knowing the most about technology. And now it's been 3 years, I haven't really had a need or a true want to know that much, because I am thinking about building a computer, but with the prices of everything, it's like, wow. And then Walmart has a halfway decent gaming PC for $600 that has like a, what is it, a 1080 or a 1060 Super in it, that I want to get just for a streaming machine and transfer all the streaming stuff off of my computer onto that, and or download it on there and just use that as streaming, and then use my computer for everyday tasks, and that one just being a solid streaming machine, because I think that would be a good thing. Because if I could, what was that? Oh, did I actually walk 6,000 steps? Yeah, it says I walked 6,000 steps. Because of, wow, I walked 6,000 steps. Good. What does this say? It says 4,000 steps. So I must have been closer to 6 before I started this than I actually was, than I thought I was. Which is a good thing, I guess, because I hit 6,000 steps, which is really, really good. Which means by the time I finish this, I'll be well over 6,000 steps. So that's another good thing. But yes, I do like to record in 4K and 5K and 8K. You know, I haven't done much of the 8K, but I will. And that's why I'm happy to have the GoPro that can record in 5K. I realized that my old GoPro, that the battery has become awful, recorded in 4K. So that was a missed opportunity, which I may hook it up to a power bank and use that as well. Because, you know, I have 3 batteries because I bought a kit and the GoPro obviously came with a battery. But then I bought a charging dock that came with a battery and a spare battery. So now I have 3 batteries. And while I have heard that people use up to 5 to 6 batteries in a GoPro because the batteries suck, at least I got 3. And that's a good start, I think. Wow, look at this aspen. Tree trimming service. Don't know why that was so difficult to say, but it was. Holy cow. But yes, I want to make more content for you guys. I want to do more stuff in 4K, 5K, and 8K. I don't know how much 8K stuff I will actually do, but I will definitely do a lot of 4 and 5, and because I never did upgrade to a 4K camera or a 5K camera, even though I'm wanting to do so. But they're expensive. They're like $1,000 to $2,000 for that stuff. And I want to get the Blackmagic one, even though the ATEM Mini Pro is Blackmagic's thing. It does not support 4 or 5K, which I don't know if they can do that with an upgrade of firmware, or if they'd have to make a device that could technically support that. But that would be nice if they did. Of course, if I get that streaming machine, I may spend the $600 or whatever it is on Elgato's Ultra Tap 4K HDMI input. And even though if I do it at 5K, I don't know if it will go up to 5K or not. But at least that's gives me the ability to stream in 4K if possible, which would be nice. Though weird, because with the current streaming setup that Hot Wheels and I use, Hot Wheels is using its cell phone, which I want to say, and if it gets a laptop or a computer, and it has a camera built in, it'll probably be 1080. So if I go to 4K, he will still be in 1080. So I'm not exactly sure what exactly the output of the stream would be, if it would be in 4K or it would be brought down to 1080, which either way would be good. So I am curious. Well, I can stream 4K media on YouTube, even though I do not have a proper display for 4K. I can still stream 4K content because my graphic card was 4K ready or even 4K. I don't know if it was 4K radio or if it was just 4K, but it was ready for 4K, or is 4K capable. So I do have that advantage on my side, which means I could technically probably plug in one of those things into my computer and use Elgato software and 4K stream on the machine I got. Though I wonder how much streaming prowess that actually takes when you pushing 4K up through the internet. I should have enough bandwidth for 4K. I more than likely may not have enough. I may have enough bandwidth for 5K, but I'm not 100% positive if I have enough bandwidth for 8K. So that's probably a good thing that I can't stream 8K. I can probably get away with 5K, but 8K I don't think is going to be a possibility for me, because of the fact, even though my bandwidth is good and it's over 300, I don't think that's enough to push 8K, though I haven't really researched it, what you need to be able to stream 8K. Though I don't think many people 2 miles in 23 minutes flat. I think that's an improvement. Can't wait to upload this on Starva and see how badly I suck compared to the day that I actually used the shoes, because I'm at 46 at 101 heartbeats, 5,000 steps. 5,000 steps. So I just need 1,000 more steps, and I technically would be, you know what? I'm about where I was when I wore the shoes, because it took me about 45 minutes to do this, or a little bit longer. Should I try for 1,000 more steps? Because it can't technically take that much more effort to put in 5,000 steps, or an extra 1,000 steps, because I'm already at 5,078. So I just need 900 and 22 more, 23 more, or 30, I don't know. So I don't technically need much more. So I'm almost there. So I might as well just go ahead and make this a 6,000 step walk. Oh, Lord. Oh yeah, I'm already at 51. So if I make it to 55 one way and then 55 back, that should technically make 6,000, right? Right. So let's do that. Let's see what I can get at 6,000, because I am highly interested. Oh, I'm almost at 52. Oh, that was fast. So this may not be as hard as I thought, though it isn't pleasant. I wonder if Numbnuts is back yet. 217? Probably not yet. She's probably right. And it's probably going to be like 230. Numbnuts. Okay, here comes UPS. This looks like he's turning into... Nah, he's passing my layer. Let's move over for UPS to... yeah. So, 5,000 or 6,000 steps. Oh, there's Numbnuts. I think that's Numbnuts right there. Oh, we're at 53. So, this may not take as long as I thought it would. That guy is really weird. Talking about stuff that I already know. Oh, that is numbnuts. Okay, good. But he talks about stuff I already know, like I don't know. And I don't know if it's because he doesn't have any friends, or he wants everybody to think he's the biggest brain in the room. Either way, I hate to tell him that not being the biggest brain in the room or wanting to be, you know, number one in the room doesn't always work, and it backfires. And when it backfires, it can be mild to nothing, or be one of those, oh my God, what did I do situations. And neither of those are any fun, because it just means embarrassment. And I'm almost at 55. Wow, it doesn't take a lot. I wonder why the Fitbit is so crazy with the steps. Is it really that? Oh, here comes a person on a bicycle wearing a red jersey, I guess, with a car behind him. This should be interesting. Let's see what they do. Ooh, that was a rock. That sucks. 10 to 1 says he won't go around me. He's gonna stay on this course. Which, oh, there we go, 59. I don't know if he went shh or that was something else, but there you go. Let's go to 56 and then turn around and go back to make sure I hit 6,000, which may end up being 8,000 steps completed today, which would be fantastic if, oh look, I'm almost at 56. Oh, this doesn't take very long. I wonder what it would take to hit 15, let's just say, on this compared to, there we go, I have 56. Compared to Fitbit, because Fitbit says 6 miles. Well, 5 miles, but I'm going to just round up to 6 because it depends on how hard I'm oomping it. But yes, that's interesting. I need to try that out one day because I know the exact path to do roughly 6 miles to get 1,500 steps. So that would be useful. And it does include going to the crappy park and coming back to, why are they walking out to the, all the way out to the road? There we go, 57. Oh, hopefully they're gonna go and see the geese. Maybe the geese laid eggs, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna leave me alone. I really don't want to talk to them. I'm one of those neighbors that keeps to self and talks to neighbors only, oh no they did, when I have to, because it's not my gig to be socially interactive with people. And I haven't been socially interactive with people in a while, unless I'm at work, which the situation kind of dictates that you have to be. But yeah, I'm sitting by the pond. A pond nest, dang it. They can't go away. I don't want to talk to them. They're annoying. I mistimed that. It's only 8:58. Crap. Oh well. So, yes, let's step back across the road and do a double back. And that way I can end this video in peace. I don't mean to be rude to people. It's just, I wasn't really social when I was a teenager because I was this shy kid. And then I never had a real reason to be socially active with people. Then I was socially active with people because Fat Man kind of brought me out of my shell and made me, you know, enjoy hanging out with people and then all that. But now I'm happy not hanging out with people. And there's a guy on a moped that is annoying. So he has a bunch of crap on his moped, which should be labeled as dangerous and you shouldn't do on a moped. Of course, talking to a selfie stick while walking down the road is also not very good. But at least I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. And that person waited to the very last thing before moving over, which is kind of a pisser because I don't like that. But anyway, here we are in the closing things of 6,000 steps. So I'm gonna start wrapping this up because I don't think I need to continue onward because this has been almost an hour worth of video at 4K. Here we go. Yes. 6,000. Yeah. And we'll finish. Let's see how badly that killed the battery on this thing. So from about 12:30 to 2:30, I did 56 minutes and 18, 2.41 miles at 2.5. Averaged 3.8 with a max of 195. So I was 13 minutes in weight control and 41 minutes in low intensity. Wow, that sucked. My cadence is 106. Sounds about right. 55 degrees outside. So I hope that recorded. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave comments down below. And please subscribe. And I will see you guys very soon.